Hello, Princess on a Pillow here. I am here to do a review on Little Women of Atlanta, Season 5, Episode 6, Why You Mad Sis? Let me get my notes. Okay, this starts off with Juicy and Minnie. They meet up with the street execs. They meet up with GC and Esud, so that Al is there too, so that they can listen to the group's music, all of the group's music, all 4 artists' music. So first up is the Cheeks, Why You Mad Sis? Al, when the music comes on, Al is bopping his head, and when the Cheeks starts rapping, you were like, it wasn't for him. He didn't like it at all. His face said it all. He said, what did he say? Oh my God, that's what he actually said. And he said, why are you mad? He said, I'm mad. He said it sounded like the music, he said he liked the music. No, he said it sounded like music, but it didn't fit what they did. That's the nicest way, I guess, of him saying that he hated it. And he said, we are not a novelty or a circus. He said this again. And Juicy says, she tries to defend them. She goes, well, they're different, and people need different, is what she says. Okay, while listening to the twins, Al is bobbing his head again and smiling, and he said, I'm still doubting. I don't know what that means. I guess he doubt that they can really bring it. I don't know, but he did like their music. He said they sound amazing, as a matter of fact. He says, but he still doesn't believe it. Believe what? I don't understand what he doesn't believe. What he should have done, he should have been at the concert to watch the audience reaction towards them, instead of sitting in here listening to the music and not seeing them, because when the audience, when they perform on tour, when they open on tour, the audience is going to be looking at them and listening to them. So he should have been there at the concert also, so he could see them and hear them. I don't know why he wasn't there. Okay. So Minnie went to bat for the twins. She said they bring sex appeal, they have sex appeal, and the crowd, they had the crowd going crazy. So he listened to Bumpman. He didn't comment on Bumpman. I guess Bumpman I think he's more of a professional than a amateur, but he didn't comment on Bumpman at all. But I'm pretty sure he liked him. He was pretty good. Al listened to Abria. He seems to really like Abria. He was doing this to Abria and singing the song too, and smiling. And he said, I can't lie, I felt that one. I was feeling that. Overall, he said that the talent is good, but it's more than that, he said. He should have been at the concert to see them perform. He said he doesn't see the win. I don't know what that means. They're just opening for other acts while they go on tour. So they're just hyping up the crowd in the beginning for the other artists to come. So what is he talking about? He doesn't see the win. I don't know what he's talking about. GC asks Al, so what will it take, to get you to make up your mind or to decide? And Al wants to see, he wants to see the numbers. He wants to see the crowd's reaction to the groups. He should have been at the concert, right? So Al comes up with a idea of a compilation album that he wants all of the groups to be on his compilation album, and then they want to put it out to the public and see the audience reaction, see who the audience liked the best. That's Al's idea. No, that's GC's idea, but Al agrees to that. So GC asked me and Juicy if they think that their artists will do it, and Juicy not saying anything because she knows that daggone Emily is a trip, so she didn't say anything. But Minnie said she's sure her artists will do it. And the reason she said they'll do it, she said did she believe they will do it because they want the money? That's so tasteless and tacky. She should have said, I think my artists will do it because they're professional and they're hungry for this. They want this. That's what she should have said. She shouldn't say that they want the money. That's so tacky. Oh my God. So GC tells Minnie and Juicy to get back with him within 2 days. So next scene is the Cheeks are out shopping, and these two are shopping for bling because Emily is gonna direct a video to Why You Mad Sis. Bree is a little nervous because she said they don't own the rights to the music, but Emily don't give a hoot. Emily doing it anyway. So they're out buying bling for this video. So Bree is worried, and she said she hopes the video doesn't blow up in their faces because they don't own the rights to the song. Next scene is Andrea had stayed over at Amanda's house because she had an argument with Chris. I think it was last episode. She had an argument with Chris. So now she's back home, and she comes home and she apologizes to Chris, and they actually make up. Chris is actually calm, cool, and collected and not upset or anything. But he tells her that he's going to bring her son, Andre, to come see her, come visit with her. And she's happy about that. I don't know if these two are going to make it. They fight and argue all the time. So next scene is Minnie and Money Love are at the studio doing Minnie's podcast. And Minnie asks, I don't like her topic. Her topic is, what do you think about rapping and romance? Do you think it will last? I'm leaning to the side. Do you think it will last? I think that's a dumb question because music artists, athletes, actors, they're going to cheat. They have fans throwing themselves at them. Who's going to say no? Of course they're going to cheat. No, that stuff don't last. When you're famous, when you're rich and famous, the fans throw themselves at you, and you're going to cheat. So, hey, that's a stupid question. So, some reason they got to talking about Minnie's love life or Minnie's dating life, and Minnie says she has trust issues. So Money Love asked her how would she feel about meeting someone. So Minnie said, okay, she'll do it. She asked a couple of questions about the guy, but Money Love wouldn't tell her who the guy was, who she was going to set the guy up with. But Minnie agrees to go on this blind date with this guy. And Minnie says, what did she say? The mini bar is closed right now. And she says she's thirsty. That's too much information, Minnie. That means she hasn't had any in a while, I guess. I guess that's what that means. And she really wants some. She says she's thirsty. And she said the mini bar is closed. The mini bar is closed, meaning she hasn't had anything in a while. And she's thirsty, means she really wants some, I guess. That's what that means. That's what I'm guessing, Minnie. When you throw stuff out like that, that's what people are going to draw their own conclusion, girl. Money Love tells her that the guy is a comedian and he is average height. And Money wants her to discuss the date on the next podcast. See, that's a good topic. So Minnie needs to realize that she needs better topic than romance and rapping. Oh, come on. That ain't no kind of topic we're talking about. Every famous person cheats. They do. I mean, can you blame them? We're all human. A good-looking person, you're rich and famous, and people are throwing themselves at you, offering you gifts, money, deals, sex, anything, all kinds of stuff. You're not going to take it if you want it? Of course you're going to take it. Come on. All right, some take it more than others, and some get themselves into all kinds of trouble doing that, but you got to be discreet. Anywho. All right, so apparently the Cheeks called Juicy and invited her to their set. But they're on a bus right now getting their hair and makeup done. And Juicy goes to see him on the bus. In her interview, Juicy says that she's annoyed that they're making this video without telling the street exec about it because, of course, they don't own the rights to the music, to the song. She says she's going to have to remind them about that. And they're on this fabulous bus getting their hair and makeup done in order to do this music video. Why am I not centered in this thing? I'm just looking all crazy in this thing. I don't know. Anyway. So Juicy told them, you know, you don't own the rights to this song. And Emily is so cocky. She says, well, we'll just buy the song. So, let's see. She feels that ever since she told GC that she was pregnant, they just pushed them to the side. They just pushed the cheeks to the side. How did they just push the cheeks to the side when they wanted you to come to the concert? You didn't come to the concert. Now they have this music they want you to, this compilation album they want you to be on. She's just too much for me. Yeah, and Emily says, you know, we'll just buy the song. But you should buy the song before you do the video, right? Not do the video and then piss them off and then ask you about the song. Really? Might as well get the song, because nobody wants that song now, the way y'all butcher it. So Juicy told the Cheeks about the album that GC suggested that they do with the other groups. And Emily is like, they're not on our level, you know. Yeah, she thinks she's more famous than they are, and they're not on her level. And she, you know, that's just not a good idea for her, for them to do. The only people that's not on their level, the only ones that are not on their level is the Tiny Twins. And the reason that they're not on their level is because they have no experience. That's all. Give them a little experience, and they'll surpass the Cheeks just like that. I mean, it doesn't take much to, come on. All they have is a few, they have a certain amount of views on their videos, and they think that's it. They think that they're just it. They're crazy. And while Juicy's trying to convince them to do this album, Bree's not saying anything. She's just sitting there. She's not saying a word. And in her interview, she says she thinks it's a good idea, but she's not going to tell Emily that. I guess she's afraid of Emily. Are they friends or not? If you're friends with somebody, you can't be afraid of them. You got to tell them what you feel or what you think. Emily doesn't have a problem talking about how she feels and what she thinks and everything else. So why Bree is so afraid to tell Emily how she feels? That's not a friendship. That's not a partnership. Okay. So Emily, so Miss Juicy talking to her, you know, this video is good exposure for you. You know, you should do it. So Emily says, you know, okay, we'll think about it. I'm not saying hell no, but I'm sure not saying yes. So she told Juicy she'll think about doing this album. I think Bree needs to separate herself from that daggone Emily. Cut losses, cut ties, and separate herself from Emily. Emily is just going to drag her down. Just cut your losses, girl. Be friends with her, yes, but don't do any business with her. Don't do any music business with her. Find somebody else or do it on your own. So Minnie and Abria goes over to see the twins. They sit down and Minnie tells them what, you know, how Al listened to their music and that Al liked their music. He really liked their music, and he was smiling when he was listening to their music. And she told him about GC's suggestion about doing an album. And at first they're not excited about working with that daggone Emily. Who would be? But they decide yes. At least it will give them some exposure. And Minnie tells the twins and Abria that Al said he doesn't want a circus. Why does she do that? Don't tell them negative stuff. Tell them positive things so they can feel upbeat and ready to go. But then again, if you tell them negative things, that can still be a drive for them to prove Al wrong, that you're not a circus act. But I don't think you should have told him that. I bet you Juicy didn't tell that to the Cheeks, but you shouldn't have mentioned that. I don't think you should have mentioned that. I think you should always be positive and, you know, I don't know. I just didn't like her telling him that. So they show Emily and Bree doing their little video, and that set looked disgusting. They have strippers there with their butt cheeks just hanging out, twerking, and bending down and all kinds of things and bending over. It looks disgusting. It doesn't, it looks raunchy. It looks really raunchy. It doesn't look sexy. It doesn't look attractive. Maybe when after the video is put together, it'll look different, but that set looked disgusting. And they're on these hideous wigs, and their outfit looked horrible. They look horrible. It was just, oh. I want to see the whole entire thing when they're done putting it together, but, ugh. Okay, so Chris finally brings baby Andre to see Andrea, and they spend some time together. He's so cute. He's a cute little baby. Oh, he's so adorable. And Chris and Andrea talk about the music and her writing, and about the planning of the wedding, the planning of the double wedding. And she says that in our interview, Andrea said she's not going to tell Amanda that baby Andre is there because she doesn't want Amanda to think that she's not gonna have enough time for the music and to plan the double wedding. So she's not gonna tell her sister about her baby being there. And Chris tells her that now that baby Andre is there, she needs to, take a break from the music. You know what? I'm starting to think that Chris brought baby Andre there because he wants her to take a break and spend more time with him, more time at home. That's how men are. I'm sorry, men out there, if you're watching, but men like to be your priority. They like to be number one. They don't want to be home and you're out there doing stuff. If they're home, they want you to be home with them. You know what I'm saying? That's how men are. And I think that's probably what he did. He brought baby Andre over because he wants her to stay home and be with him and the baby. He don't want her out there doing anything. At least she's not out there messing around or having fun or hanging out at the clubs. She's out there working. Oh, man, that's something else. And I bet you that's why they had an argument. Because he wants her home. She's out there doing her thing in the studio, writing, planning planning the wedding and doing her thing. And he's sitting at home not doing jack. And he wants her home with him. I bet you that's why they argue. That's how men are. They want you to make them your priority. Anywho, I think that's what his deal is. That's why he went and got the baby. Because he told her, now the baby Andre's here, you can take a break and hang out with him. Right. Okay. Okay, so Minnie goes on her date. She meets the guy at the restaurant, and he pulls out her chair for her. I don't know if he's doing that because the cameras are there, or because that's something he does on a regular for women. But regardless, at least he knows that that's the thing to do. So I guess he gets kudos for that. Alright? And he looks young, but then he tells her he has 3 kids and one just graduated from high school. That's still young. Still be young. But he has 3 kids. But he's cute. He compliments her. He makes her laugh. And she said if he keeps this up, then she's going to open up the mini bar. I'm like, oh my. That's too much information, Minnie. So, she asked him if he ever dated a little person. And he says, I'm a little person, because he's short. He goes, I'm a little person. She goes, no, you're not a little person. He goes, yes, I am. She goes, no, you're not. You're not under 4 foot. And he said, but I'm under 6 foot, and most women like men above 6 foot. Or taller, he says. But then he finally tells her, no, I've never dated a little woman. But he said, people are people, so it doesn't matter to him. He doesn't have a problem with dating, a little person. And his name is Odell. And the date seemed like it went well. So I'm good for her. That's good for her. I'm glad. So Miss Juicy and Bumpman meet outside of the street exec, and they're chit-chatting it up a little bit. And then here comes Minnie. Minnie tells Juicy she needs to talk to her, and then Juicy tells Bumpman, okay, I'll see you inside. And Bumpman leaves out, and he goes inside the building, and Minnie and Juicy are outside. And apparently, the twins inform Minnie that Juicy had invited them to her house and asked them to sign with her. So now Minnie is confronting Juicy about that, and Minnie's like, yeah, I did ask them to sign with me. And then they commenced arguing. Now my take on that is, okay, so what if Juicy asked the twins to sign with her? They ended up signing with Minnie anyway, so what's the issue? What's the problem? Why do you need this confrontation? I think the producers set Minnie up to go confront Juicy about that, because there's no reason to have a confrontation. The twins are with you, Minnie, so what is this confrontation about? What do you want? You just want to cuss her out? What? And at the studio also, not the studio, but at the street exec building, why would you do it then? That's not professional. So they're really cussing each other. The Cheeks walk up, and they're standing there listening, and then finally Minnie, tells her off some more. Not Minnie. Juicy tells Minnie off some more, and she said, "Come on, y'all." And they walk in the building. And of course, Emily had to put in her little 2 cents. She goes, "We all can't go in the same elevator together." Whatever. Alright, so they're upstairs. Well, I guess they took an elevator, so they are upstairs. In the conference room, it's all the groups. It's Minnie, Juicy, the twins, the Cheeks, Abria, Bumpman, GC, and Eaststud. They're all there, and GC is explaining the album, compilation album, to the group. And Abria says she's on it 100%. She agrees, and she's thankful for the opportunity and for the exposure. One of the twins said, "Yeah, I agree. It's wonderful to have the exposure." Bumpman put in his little 2 cents. "Yeah, good idea." And here comes that daggone Emily, egotistical Emily. She's talking all kinds of stuff. She's just talking out of the side of her neck. I think the producers put her up to that. I think the producers told her to go in and be disagreeable. Because she's just saying, she's throwing all kinds of crap out there. She goes, "I don't like it that it's an LP, a Little People album. I don't like that name. I don't want people to say, oh, let's listen to what Little People are singing." Just talking all kinds of stuff. She goes, "Oh, y'all on our level. Oh, why should we help y'all?" She's just talking all kinds of stuff. Being rude and disrespectful to everybody in the room. Now, my take is this. Okay. The reason for this album is so that compilation, is that the word? Album, is that they can put the album out there to the public. Put this book down. Put the album out there to the public, and the public listens to the music and decides who they like better, which group they like better. And the group that they like better will go on the tour and be the opening act for the tour, right? That's how I understand it anyway. Okay. GC already told Emily that she's not going on the tour. So why do they need Emily on this album? It's good for her to be on the album. She get exposure. But check it out. Emily does not want to do this album. She thinks she's too good to do this album. So why do you guys need her? Why didn't one person in that meeting stand up and say, "Well, Emily don't have to be on this album because she's not going on the tour anyway. It's good exposure for her, but if she doesn't want the exposure, then there's no need for her to be on the album." Juicy didn't say it, Minnie didn't say it, nobody said it. She doesn't need to be there then. If she doesn't want to do it, she doesn't have to do it. Because the reason they're doing it is to see who the audience gravitate to, and that's the person that's going on the tour. She can't go on the tour. She already told us she's not going on the tour because she's pregnant. So if she doesn't want to do it, why are they arguing? Say, okay, you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it. Because the reason we're doing the album doesn't have anything to do with you anyway. It's good exposure for her, so it behooves her to do it. But she don't want to do it because she thinks she's too good to be on the album with them. So I don't get it. I don't understand why they're arguing with her. Don't argue with her. Just say, okay, if you don't want to do it, you don't have to do it, and that's that. She doesn't need to be on the album. It doesn't pertain to her, really. It doesn't. She's pregnant. She can't go on the tour. So, I don't know. I think the producers are putting them up to these confrontations because I don't understand. She's just sitting back. We're too good for that. No, why should we do this? What's in it for us? I think the producers put her up to it because what business meeting, you can go into and act that way? How? How do you act that way? I don't know. I don't understand it. So, this show, I think, is more... But I can understand why the producers would make things more spicy. Go in there and start a confrontation. Go out there and argue with Juicy. I can understand because they need it to be interesting so that they'll get viewers. I understand that. But if it looks fake, it looks fake. If it doesn't make sense, like Judy said, Judge Judy, when she said if it doesn't make sense, it's a lie. I agree. If it doesn't make sense, it's a lie. Anyway, Princess on the Pillow here. Thank you for watching. See you next week with more recap on Little Women of Atlanta. I can't wait for it to be over with because it's getting to be ridiculous. Thank you for watching. Bye.